We run cold email for over 65 commercial cleaning companies across numerous markets in the United States and now in Canada. Every one of them has a minimum number of quality commercial leads delivered we agreed to each month, depending on the plan that they're on. If we don't hit that minimum for the month, we don't get paid. That means we're putting our money on the line every month because we know we can hit expectations. And if we don't, that's on us. Not because we found some trick, it's because we run a system that allows cold email to be a successful marketing channel month over month for these commercial cleaning companies that we help. This is the cold email. That's it. I'll show you the whole thing later in this video and you can copy it. That's totally fine. But the email isn't why it works. Again, it's the system that makes it work. Most commercial cleaning companies pay for access to a contact database or buy a list outright from Upwork or Fiverr. Send one generic message, get a few replies, and decide the channel's dead because it didn't work. That's not a cold email system. That's blasting a list and hoping something happens. If you don't know me or my company yet, I started Outbound Hero a few years ago and we do outbound lead generation for commercial cleaning companies, which is basically cold email at scale using automation and AI. And it works month over month. So here's the whole system. Every piece we actually run in the order we actually run it. Here's what most companies do. They plug into Apollo, ZoomInfo, some database, and they send a generic cold email to a few thousand contacts. Maybe they validated each prospect lives in their service area. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they add the first name, the city, the company name as personalization in the messaging. Even that's messy. The company name has LLC on it, has incorporated or some funky thing after the company name, or it looks weird. The formatting looks weird, and the message sounds like every other cold email sent to them. Then they get a few replies, whoop-de-doo, and say cold email does not work, let's stop it. Cold email works for commercial cleaning when it's built like a system, not a one-time campaign, not a one-time random list, not one generic message sent once and forgotten. It's all about timing. If they're not interested today, they might be interested 2 months from now, 4 months from now. They're not going to tell you in the cold email reply, or maybe they'll just never respond back to you because they have a contract in place. But if you hit them at the right time, they'll most likely respond, especially if they're talking about it internally. But you need the right local data to make this all work. The right sending setup, the right messaging, enough volume, fast follow-up when leads do come through, nurturing people that don't respond or just simply say not right now, or you have it covered in-house, the right tracking, you have to know your numbers, but that's the full system. And it works here because commercial cleaning is all about timing, like I was saying. Most facilities you want to work with need cleaning. They've got employees, they have customers, they have foot traffic, bathrooms, offices, floors, common areas, you name it. They also have contracts. Again, contracts end. Their current cleaner might mess up, needs might change, budget changes, or somebody internally starts looking around before they're ready to switch, or they're just looking for better pricing. They're trying to save money in the cleaning segment of their business. So if someone doesn't respond today, doesn't mean they hate you, doesn't mean that they will never respond to cold emails. It might just mean the timing isn't right yet. That's why this system can't just be a blast. It's a system that keeps you in front of the right people at the right time and works the opportunities when they come. Cold email creates the potential opportunity. Follow up when leads do come through, turn it into an appointment and a real opportunity. Next is data. This is where a lot of commercial cleaning cold email systems break, or just cold email breaks in general. Pulling decision makers from a database is the bare minimum, and that's usually not enough. You're not just trying to reach a company, you're trying to reach someone connected to a specific building in your service area. If you're a commercial cleaning company in Austin, Texas, why are you emailing someone in Miami, Florida? It doesn't make sense, but it happens all the time. The list just way too broad. You don't validate. You don't really, when you're doing the list pull, you're just trusting everything. Or you might have messed up in the filters. That happens. The contact's in the wrong city, or they've got a good title, but nothing to do with the local facility you're trying to clean. I've done it. Our company has done it. But over time, you learn how to go after the right filters and also exclude the wrong filters. But regardless, emailing the wrong people, especially the wrong locations, is going to hurt your reply rate, your sender accounts, your deliverability. And it's going to make the outreach feel extremely random and not work well. The rule is simple. You're not just targeting companies. You're targeting buildings your team can actually clean. So the data has to be local. Local office managers, facility managers, property managers. If they're a chief operations officer, cool, email them. Branch managers, admins, front desk contacts, people tied to the building in your service area. But names aren't the only thing that matter. A location-specific company general inbox or a company inbox that's for their entire facility can be just as valuable, sometimes even more valuable, because behind it, there's usually someone who knows where to route the conversation, or they're the right person. An office email, an admin email, a contact at abccompany.com, basically some email that's tied to the exact location, or even as more of a general inbox that can be routed to to the right location, if they have multiple offices. That's what most commercial cleaning companies miss. They think the game's finding just names. It's not. It's finding the right businesses in the right service area within the niches and the industries you want to work with the right contacts or general inboxes tied to that location. Medical offices, warehouses, local branches, property managers, offices, facilities with real foot traffic. Now, the data will never be perfect. There's always an error rate, but if you don't trim it down as much as you can, you're just basically spraying and praying. You're spraying emails at people who don't understand why you're reaching out. That's the one reason DIY, do-it-yourself cold email breaks for a commercial cleaning company. The owners and the sales leaders already have a lot going on. I completely understand that. You probably have a lot going on if you're at a commercial cleaning company watching this video. Build the data, set up the inboxes, write the messaging, watch replies, track the messaging, follow up fast when leads do come through, and tracking everything. Something's gonna get missed within that whole setup. And in cold email, when things get missed, results fall off very, very fast, and you're gonna wanna give up and think it doesn't work. Once the data's right, next is the message. This is where people overthink it. You don't need a long email covering every service that you provide, your years in business, how many customers you have, your certifications, your process. That all comes later. It's just too much. The first email has one job: start the conversation, understand if they're looking for a complimentary quote or willing to have a conversation with you. Here's the email I showed you at the start. We like a simple poke the bear question. How are you handling cleaning for your facility right now? Basically be specific around what their facility would likely need, and then touch on that point. Show that it's relevant to what's next in the email, and then also that you know who they are and you care, basically. Or would it be worth comparing pricing for commercial cleaning in your area? It doesn't have to be those exact questions. It should be more specific to the actual facility that you're reaching out to, but the point is to make it easy to reply and follow along and want to read what's next in the email. The structure is simple. So it's simply hi, first name, a quick question that feels relevant to their facility, then one line saying what you do. Something like, we provide commercial cleaning and floor maintenance in the Austin area and wanted to see if you'd be open to arranging a complimentary cleaning quote for your facility. That's it. You can add a PS line. PS is the company phone number on Google Maps, the best phone number to reach you at. You can add the company phone number that's from Google Maps as a variable, or if you actually have the direct phone number, insert that as the variable. So basically what we do is PS is there, which would be the fallback. There is the fallback. Or if they have a Google Maps phone number, it would be PS is 805 ... the correct phone number to reach you at to discuss cleaning. So it always has a fallback, and it makes sense even when it falls back if it didn't have a phone number to be placed into that variable. And again, if you can find a direct phone number, that's even better. Then your email signature. So your name, full name, company, commercial cleaning in your service area or in the greater Austin area, and your required footer with your company address and opt-out language. You want to be compliant, and you want to keep it fresh. You also don't want the same message running forever. Change it every 2 to 4 weeks. We do it internally every 2 weeks. It doesn't mean rewriting everything. Sometimes it's simply moving the call to action. So are you open to a complimentary quote, and changing it to the top. So you would just take it and put it in the very beginning of the email, or changing a few words, or spin tax that makes the words basically change and have some variety. So if it says, would you be open to, it would change to, would you be interested in? So that's spin tax, spin syntax. But the goal is not to sound clever. It's simply to sound clear, relevant, and easy to reply to. Your job is to be easy to reply to and simply make sense on what you're trying to ask them. The first email does not have to close the deal. It literally just has to start the conversation. Once replies come in, a lead either turns into a walkthrough or gets wasted. A positive reply is not the finish line. It's the start of the opportunity. If you're working with us, we're going to be handing it over to your team by CCing you, and they're the prospect is basically going to be waiting for you to answer their specific question or give them a quote. Or what I mean is arrange a quote, have a conversation scheduled, and have a quote at facility. If you're doing this yourself, somebody on your team, or you can hire someone, has to be watching the master inbox and moving very, very fast, ideally within 5 to 15 minutes during work hours. We tell our commercial cleaning clients, if the reply comes in to their inbox, it needs to be responded to within 5 to 15 minutes during work hours. If it's sent over to you after hours, first thing next morning. You should always start with a call, and then you should move over to a text if it's a direct or a mobile phone number, and then finally an email, and give manual time slots. So say, I'm available Monday at this time, Tuesday, this time. Otherwise, if none of those times above work for you, let me know a date and time that works, and I'll let you know. So basically giving them something they can simply say, yes, I'm available tomorrow, Monday, or tomorrow, Tuesday at this time. You can swing by and give us a quote. But the most important thing is to be very quick. Speed to lead is huge. The first attempt matters because the prospects are still skeptical. They're very skeptical. They're not trusting anyone that's sending them an email. I wouldn't say anyone, but just that's what you should think, is everyone is skeptical over email, also even for cold calls and other marketing things. But the faster you respond, the easier it is to keep the conversation going. It's going to cure, C-U-R-E, their skepticism. And when you follow up, don't call once and email next time. Like, don't just call the first day and then wait 2 to 3 days and then email them next time, or just only email them. You want to call. That's the first priority, is calling. If they don't answer and it goes to their voicemail, hang up before it starts going on to the automated thing. You'll call again. If they don't answer there, you leave a voicemail. 15 seconds will do. Say who you are, what they said back to the email reply, and that you're going to send them an email with time slots that you're available. And if you're going to text them, tell them you're going to text them as well. And then you're going to send a short email and a short text. But the email is going to simply call again and then leave a voicemail. The voicemail should be no longer than 20 seconds. Ideally 15 seconds, telling them who you are, what company you're with, what they said in their email, so referencing what's relevant. And then at the same time, you're going to be emailing them. And if you're also going to be texting them, tell them you're going to be texting them. So now you're going to send that short email with manual time slots. And again, if there's a mobile or direct phone number and it makes sense to do so, text them too. You should be repeating this every 2 to 3 days, up to 7 times. If you're doing call, voicemail, email, it's a total of 28 touches across 21 days or so. But the key is consistency and discipline. Not call once, disappear, then blame the lead and they weren't really interested. Work it until you book the appointment, and even show up if it makes sense to. Get a clear no, or just know it's not a fit. And basically the way to do so is put your absolute best effort into trying to reach that prospect. The person already gave you permission to start talking to them. They asked a specific question, they showed positive intent. Know that, but also know that they're skeptical, know they have a lot going on behind the scenes, but it's a lead. A lead is a lead, and you should treat every lead the same. But just to put it simply, cold email creates the at-bat. You need at-bats. You need a lot of at-bats to grow your commercial cleaning company. Fast, consistent follow-up when leads do come through turns that at-bat into an appointment. Next is nurture. Most prospects aren't ready the first time you email them. Like I was saying earlier, they might not be interested today, but they might be interested in 2 months from now, 4 months from now, or whatever, because it's all about timing. It doesn't mean they're a bad fit if they're not replying or saying not right now. It's meaning that the timing isn't right yet. This applies to 2 groups. The 95 to 97% of the people who don't respond, depending on your messaging. If you're using AI personalization, you might even have a 5%, 6% reply rate like we do. But if you're not using personalization and you're sending more of a generic message, I'd say roughly about 97% of the people that you'll email will not email you back and will not bounce, which means you can recontact them. Or simply, they didn't say that they're the wrong person, they didn't opt out, they didn't ask to be blacklisted, they just gave you a soft no, meaning, not right now, we have this covered in-house. This is not something we're reviewing right now. We don't have the budget for this. But they might have the budget for it in a couple months from now. Those people shouldn't disappear. They go into nurture. They should be recontacted. Usually that means putting them back into queue around 45 days after they finished the sequence and didn't respond and didn't bounce, or they gave us a soft no. And then that new sequence should start around day 60. It doesn't need to be perfectly around day 60, but for us, we have it automatic. If it's manual, we know that there's gonna be some buffer or wiggle room on when every recontact period will happen, because it's manual. It's hard to do and not drop the ball. But messaging should be different each time, not completely reinvented though. It should be a little bit of a different variation. So again, you can move the call to action at the very top when it was at the very bottom originally. What I mean by that is, hey name, would you be open to a complimentary cleaning quote? Or simply, hey name, are you in the market for commercial cleaning services and looking to get a quote? We provide commercial cleaning in XYZ area, wanted to reach out. So something similar to that would change the messaging back and forth. You're checking in because the timing might be different now, and they know that, and that's what you should be thinking. A soft no isn't always a real no. It just simply means it's not the right time and it's not right now. 2 months later, it might be the right time, like I was saying. Because commercial cleaning's time-based. Contracts are going to end. Cleaners mess up. Budgets change. New managers come in. Needs change. They're just looking for better pricing and seeing what else is out there. But I would imagine, and this is coming from what our clients tell us, not every facility, especially their current customers, are looking for better pricing. They don't really think about commercial cleaning, especially if it's done right. So it literally is potentially contract-based for the majority of the people that we're reaching out via cold email. So if it's a good fit facility in your service area, don't forget about them. Don't just think it's over if they never replied to your first 3 messages that you sent over cold email. Stay in front of them over time. That's how you win. That's how cold email keeps working month over month over month. The last part is tracking. So you're gonna keep this simple. Track what matters and what happens after the reply. How many leads came in? How many turned into appointments? How many potentially were missed and couldn't convert because we were too slow? How many walkthroughs were held? How many quotes were given? How many proposals proposals, how many of them turned into clients, how many turned into recurring clients, or maybe even other services and non-recurring services that could potentially lead to something greater down the line. Because if cold email is working, you should know that. And if it's not, you should know where it's breaking, or simply to maybe not do it, or use an agency that knows how to do it. Again, we provide commercial cleaning lead generation through cold email. So if you want to speak to us, please reach out. There's a link in the description below. It's a calendar link. Talk to our team. But simply, you want it to work. Cold email does work. If you can't get it to work yourself, it should work with someone else, or it just takes a little bit more effort to make it work. What I would ask is that the data, the messaging, the follow-up when leads come through, is your team being too slow? Service area is too tight? Are leads coming in but not getting worked properly, or not getting worked at all? That's the worst thing. And if it is working, put more into it, put more effort into it, put more infrastructure, put more email accounts, more contacts. There are more contacts than what you probably think right now. Better appointment setting. Get help working the leads if your team's too busy. If the people that are assigned to the leads that are coming through cold email, also with other things that you're running, there's a chance that they're busy on a walkthrough and they can't respond to a lead until 2 hours later, especially if they have to plug into the master inbox software and reply to every lead that comes through if you're running this yourself. But also if you're using our service or some other service that CCs your team and sends over lead handoffs from a persona email account, that email might sit in their inbox before they actually say, hey, my name is XYZ. It's great to meet you. I'm available at this time. And also, of course, you have to email them. So a call, voicemail, email. That might not happen for 2 to 3 hours after the lead comes through, and potentially the lead is toast by then, and they're thinking that it's a scam. They're skeptical. You don't know. You don't know what they're thinking or what's going on behind the scenes. But what I do know, and what you should know, is that if you work the lead quickly and you are professional with it and very concise, with the one intention is to understand if it's actually worth working. So ask a question to validate, but also your goal is to schedule the meeting once the lead comes through. Not go on and on about who you are. Schedule the meeting. Give them time slots you're available so they can simply say, yep, I'm available Tuesday at 3 p.m. You can swing by and give us a quote. But if our clients aren't doing it already, I suggest you should layer in other marketing channels alongside of cold email to make it all work together. Have an omni-channel presence in your market and your service area if you can afford it. If you're growing as a business, I think that you should be able to afford it. But what you should know is your numbers and what's working. And if it's working, you should double down on it if you can. But don't guess. You should track the numbers, know what's working, and make sure you're doing cold email right before you decide it doesn't work for you. So that's the full picture. Cold email for commercial cleaning isn't just sending emails. It's the right local data, the right sending infrastructure and setup, simple messaging, following up within the email sequence. When the leads do come through, it's fast follow-up, speed to lead, doing everything it takes to actually get the lead converted into a walkthrough, or at least a conversation, and making sure that your team is tracking and understanding if it's working and what to improve on or what to double down on. But when those pieces work together, it's going to become one of the most consistent ways to create new commercial cleaning opportunities that runs in the background. But if you skip the systematic piece about this and you only email people once with a very generic email because it's too hard and blast a list, it's probably going to fail and it's probably going to fall apart and you're going to give up on it, or you're never going to do it in the first place. So if you're doing this yourself, don't just send blind emails. You're going to want to build the system around it. And if you want help building this for your commercial cleaning company, that's what we do at Outbound Hero. We're going to do it all done for you. DFY. We build the outbound lead generation system for you. We run the email campaigns, and we introduce you to quality commercial cleaning leads in your market by CCing your team when it makes sense to do so. If that's something you want to look at, there's a Calendly booking link somewhere in the description of this video below. Go look for it, book in a time with our team, and we'll tell you how many quality commercial leads we can probably get you in your service area and your markets. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.